Well, what up, people? Did I just let you hear the launch soon thing again start up? Even though I didn't mean for that to start up. I did, didn't I? Hi. Wait. Hi. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm doing. Ooh, man, that looks weird. What up? Hey, we're here. We're live. I think you can hear me because, well, I think you can hear me because it seems like you can hear me. Uh, what I'm basing that off of course, is the fact that it's showing up on the. There's a little thing right down over here. It's going up and down. Yeah, looks like what's going on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sidetrack. Uh, Ukraine, stay strong, brothers. Stay strong. I know it's gonna get rough, and I mean that like quite literally. Unfortunately, it's gonna get freaking rough. Uh, but like you know what? Russia sucks. You got to turn to like basically the rabble on the planet. Think of it this way: these are the kind of people when we leave this planet, we're gonna leave behind. You know those sci-fi shows that we always show that like people talking about how like we could get away because we've destroyed the planet because we're destroying the planet, so we need to get away and everything like that. Even though we should fix this one because really we're like 18 times like we're really screwed up and we should just die. But you know whatever the case may be. Um, that's one of the problems though is yeah I didn't mean to do that.
It's like I don't understand like why the hell.
People okay you can hear me. That's all I need to check. Ah! Um
Yeah.
uh these people suck. And like when we leave the planet, we're just gonna leave them behind. Like the Irans, the Syrias, the the the, the weirdos in Turkey. And I don't mean everybody. We leave Americans behind too. And we leave British behind. I mean they're all of a certain nature. It's not any like a whole people. Please don't take it the wrong way. It's just certain people. And but that's the reason why we're gonna leave these fuckers behind. Anyway, Ukraine, we're with you. Russia, suck it. Nobody's ever gonna like you ever more anymore. And like, dude, I just don't understand. But anyway, that's where we're at. So anyway, guys, yeah, that's my on that. So where we're going? Hopefully, we're going off this stupid rock because we're destroying it and we're not good for it. Everybody seems to think we're okay, and everybody puts it off on a. But like, just ask you guys in Britain. Just ask you guys over there in Texas. Just ask you guys over there in basically all of Europe. Like you think climate change isn't happening because we're here and screwing it up. I mean, granted, the thing about it is I think I think the powers that be are trying to keep the panic from us because, like, the truth of the matter is, like, the damage has already been done. The damage was done by our forefathers. And I don't mean like, the 1780s, the 1600s, the Renaissance forefathers. I mean, like, this is a rant that's going on. I should have saved for paper planes and more. But I mean, like, we're destroying the planet. We need to get off. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to say about that. So, but it is kind of a segue into where we're going. In life, yeah, that takes care of that. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. We just shouldn't. But like, as far as the shows go and everything, I realize that we're talking about how these shows are, and I'm having a problem with this because, like, as you can see, for yet another week, we don't have NASA's here. It's like Soviet all over again. It's like what are we trying to get across here, man? Seriously. Like God, why is it like every other month we're gonna have like a 3 month strife of like no NASA's, to complement my yibber yabbering. Anyway, I mean whatever. We need him to go off on his rant about like life, liberty, the pursuit of money, whatever it is he does, the weather, chopping logs, ravioli on my ball, stuff like that. That's not ravioli. That's just chicken parmesan. You think it's too grown up to eat ravioli? Like when you grow up, you need to just keep yourself to chicken parmesan. You can't really do anything else. I don't know. I'm being silly, I guess. But like ravioli's good, and I mean ravioli, Chef Boyardee in a can ravioli. I don't mean like stuff full of cheese and meats ravioli that you like make the noodles on you by yourself ravioli. Cause that's good ravioli. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Uh, I just like ravioli, but I realize like like Chef Boyardee does seem a little bit like less, like less advanced now. So I'm like trying to look at good new ways of stuffing it full of cheese and meat and going like, yeah, that's good. Y'all ever tried haggis? Haggis is really good, man. Give it a chance. I mean, again, when you think of a tube stuffed with meats and cheeses, Oh, haggis. Allows me some haggis, mate. Yeah, but so that's where we're going. We're going with haggis, which is basically just like sheep hot dogs, uh, hot dogs with sheep. Yeah. So I wanted to bring it up because I was thinking along the lines of like, okay, okay, again, we talked about all the stuff that's going to happen in the show and what we got plans for, and again, we haven't launched them because I need Maverick in here. Damn it. Um, Look, figure out that you guys got COVID, solve the COVID problem, and get your ass back on here. Anyway, I'm gonna play around with the show a little bit. So like, bear with me because I'm gonna explore some of the back trails of her essence. Only a few of you are gonna know what the hell I'm talking about when I say that, but I plan on doing it. And I'm gonna do this thing here. What I got here is a javelin body. Um, you longtime viewers and joiners ought to know that this is javelin here. I'm gonna finish this one out because one of the things I'm thinking about doing. I haven't made this decree yet on my channel. I'm gonna make it here first to make it kind of exclusive. But I think what I'm gonna do as a corporation, as a company,
Is basically from now on Sill, and I will, like I said, I'll post this on my channel as well. But
SIL is any aircraft is gonna have a tail fin from now on. Some kind of fin. If it doesn't have a fin, I'm not gonna fly it. It's kind of a big thing. It's kind of a big to do. I haven't like obviously activated it yet. I haven't pursued it, but that's what I'm doing. I mean, seriously, it's going to be a matter of if it doesn't have a fin, it doesn't have a place. So, will that mean like mass retirements? No, 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 no. I just mean like I'm going to start putting vertical fins on everything because I really just like I'm so enjoying like
having that fin,
up there to like code or color like real aircraft, and I'm disliking the it's not so much the amateuristic notion of like how planes look in general, like paper planes look in general, like any of the ones you have, the generic look to some of ours here. This is a Cirrus. Um, I consider it more than just. I don't think it's just fins. In Cirrus's case, if you got winglets or strakelets, as long as there's a vertical surface to go with the horizontal surfaces, it's acceptable. Something more than winglets slash anhedrals. So I'm making that stand out, and like for me personally, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm not gonna be. I'm tired of. I like the look, and it's like I'm kicking myself for not having done this sooner. It's like, goddamn, I wish I had 10 more years back on this, but I'll stay viable hopefully until I die, and
and it'll fix the problem. It'll fix my aesthetic problems that I'm having. That being said, what drew me to that is the fact that Javelin needs something else.
one of these days, I don't know when, I'll probably teach you how to build Javelin. I kind of like to keep my interceptor like
I hate saying it.
it's almost my top secret bird because when thinking about the planes, if you're ready, if you're doing paper airplane combat, of all the planes that you have that are like, I mean, it's the strongest, the most defensible, it should be the interceptors, right? I mean, now you should have the best that you can build, the straightest, the fastest, the farthest. And seriously, that's what your interceptor needs to be, straight. Straight's probably paramount, but it's also got to be kind of heavy. You got to depend on it to be straight. But it can't be a straight glider because you need to get it with the hardest throw so it can get there fast, so it can get there hard and intercept the plane. So, again, that's what you're talking about. I mean, Javelin's the only plane I've ever had. All right, I'm thinking back on it, so I got quiet. But seriously, I can legitimately say Javelin's the only plane I have ever had that has legitimately struck another plane. My previous interceptors never did that. Not the arrows, not the lances, but Javelin has. So until I get another plane that tests through and does that, Quill gets close. But Quill's a snub nose. I've put pins in the nose of Javelins before, therefore I know what it does. Now Javelin is going to have a reimagining here, and I've built 3 examples of this.
It's on the verge of having
A new. This is funny because it's going to counteract all the big news I was supposedly having on it. I mean, I've still got it. I just haven't done that show. Um, but like Javelin is on the verge of having a new variation. I deign to say subvariant or type come out,
and
it's really what it is it's a lot bigger, better, and kind of where I'd like to see the direction of it going because what the hell? What the hell did I do to this plane? Oh, oh. Well, that's unique now, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna have to write a note on this Javelin right here. Excuse me a minute while I whip this out. Dude! Got a pen that writes every few minutes. Bear with me. Why you gotta be quiet while you're writing? I don't know. Uh, folded triangle tip internally. Tip. Nice tip. Internally. Okay. Anyway, what I was going with is, what I was saying was, like, Javelin is on the verge of having a new variant bust out. New variant, um, is obviously going to have the fin. It's obviously going to be an add-on, and I say it's obviously going to be add-on because in the current guise of any Javelin I've built, it doesn't. There's no room to put like I can do a fluff, or I can do a UFR, the upright fin from rudder, or the fluff, the fuselage length upright fin, and it's not big enough. There's just not enough horizontal mass in current Javelins, and I don't know why. I really don't. I'm looking back through this, and I remember, and I've got pictures of Javelin flights where they're not spinning, but it's like every single Javelin. My God, every single Jesus Christ, holding a Javelin is like ridiculous. Every single Javelin I have ever built, and Javelin is now no longer a word. Forgive me, but every single aircraft I've ever built, like in the past, like has a glide to it. It's been able to fight it, and I don't understand why. Certain ones do and certain ones don't because I've test flown them. I've taken notes on camera, on video, and on the aircraft themselves, and not a one is different from any of the others. The corkscrew that I can see, you look at him in the nose. I need to put him through. I really need to put him through a freaking wind tunnel. We're gonna have to develop that wind tunnel, which could be a special show too. Um, Building the wind tunnel. Uh, but yeah, it's seriously it's bothersome. But Javelin, I also feel is like the best one to do it with because a it's an interceptor. So when I do all the stuff that I need to do to it, in the terms of I'm going to like add weight, Javelin doesn't give a crap. Like tapering it, for example. Definitely going to be the first one I taper. Why? Because it's Javelin. It can handle the weight. It doesn't care. More weight, hell, that's probably better. But the illusion to that is you can't have too much weight or else you're going to corkscrew. Certainly some of you guys have figured that out on your planes. I'm not telling you anything new. I'm not telling myself anything new. But there's only so much weight it can handle before it's like at the mercy of that weight in the nose. And I figure that's got to be one of the things that it is probably some weight distribution. Um, like Javelin V5 has probably never been as like it's the one I use now. It's the current one. Probably not as good as Javelin V4. Uh,
It's not stopping me from doing it.
but those are the only two current models, and it's like they're streamlined, but they're just not. They're not perfect. So like, obviously, basic little Javelin for you guys. It's two guys. Now, is this two guys? Now, what I'm going to do. Oh man, I didn't put any of this handy for me to grab, did I? Do I have any of this? Oh, 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 oh.
Yes, I do.
Can you hear this? This is heavy paper. Okay. I remember I talked about Javelin having a bunch of weight. This is kind of segueing, all right? This is kind of segueing, so follow me along here. This is yellow. This is blue. Um, Ukraine. And that is seriously what I'm doing. Javelin can take the weight, but it also needs something firm to help it out. The reason behind this. So I haven't figured out a name quite like what it's going to call. I've built the three examples I have, and they're all different. And the one part about this is it's kind of like, again, what Powerhouse has showed you guys. And if you've looked up in like Y13 as well, it's some things that you've previously seen. When you cut the plan form out instead of folding, it's harder to mass produce because they're more fingerprint than a standard like fold. You fold one way. You fold you know the size of your sheet, right? And you know the cut, and you know when to fold and where to fold. You're going to get the same plane no matter what. Whereas if you cut, unless you've got that plan form handy at all times, you're going to have slight variations. Therefore, the fingerprint plane. So mass producing is a little bit tricky. I've always wondered about that, and it's always why I kind of press on Powerhouse about his aircraft because it's like, are you sure that you have like more than one of each one? Because how do you even manage to make sure that there's more than one of each one unless you got a template that you follow each time you cut? Because you cut. And obviously, I would do something like that once I lock down the design. But anyway, so what I'm working on here, what I'm dealing with is like taking a regular sheet and somehow finding out there's writing on it. It's not dead. Um, it's dead. It's been used. And somehow developing something for Javelin, like something that it could use for all this. And what I'm thinking, this isn't a plane in any shape or form, all right? But bear with me here. You'll see what I'm trying to accomplish here shortly. It's important that it's thick. And I think it's important that it's thick for two reasons. One, because you need the structure. But two, because I think what you need, well, I think what anybody needs, especially in your interceptor. Again, fast, straight, long, hard. Um, what? That's just weird. Never got that before. Anyway, um, to balance out the weight of the aircraft. It's thick because the aircraft can handle it. It's thick because it needs it to be strong in the way that it needs to be strong. But it's also because, like, if you're dealing with a plane that's your interceptor, there's a lot of weight in the nose driving it. So to make it better, you need to have some way of balancing out said weight. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'll do that right now. Believe me, there's a method to this madness. You might not think it, there really is. That's good. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a tail fin. Um, I'm doing it this way because I want a folded tail fin. I could have just as easily done a single paper, but I don't know if you guys have explored tail fins before. Um, there's a big tendency for the tail fins of these aircraft on any aircraft to be not as good if you just use a single piece. Like this is not folded, obviously. It's a single sheet. If I'd have stuck that in there and made a tail fin, this is a very bad example, but like that, it would be floppy. It would be like it's easy to control in the fold, but it would twist. It'd be at the mercy of whatever like forces come upon it during the flight. If you fold it, it's that much more structurally sound. So, again, I don't recommend that with other planes that you have, but your interceptor can handle it. Or at least it should be able to handle it. Or at least, let me put it this way: if your interceptor can handle it, you need to get your interceptor to the point where it can handle it. How about that? All right, so blue and yellow. Again, follow me on this. I'm doing this on purpose. Got this here. Got it sticking out a little bit of the back. Now what we do is, first of all, I got to do a little bit of this. I've got a little bit of experience with this because, again, I've built 3 of these planes. You haven't seen them yet. Haven't test flown yet. Javelin is so hard to capture on film for various reasons. The most of which being, of course, the fact that, damn it, that its flight is so damn short. I can park it up here. That's not exactly what I was trying to do. I want it to be halfway. Okay, so we take it. I need the non-writing pen. The non-writing pen will write down there. Okay, so got it there. All right. Something about my bit rate. Why is my bit rate so low? Screw you, hippie. Oof. Yeah, how hard this is to do.
And sometimes you're just not happy with how it goes. You know what I mean? So,
It's pretty easy to do, but it also makes your construction take a lot longer. Am I happy with that? It actually extends the length because it puts out a little bit more rudder. I'm not exactly sure if I'm happy with that, but I'm also not entirely sure if I'm happy with the depth of the. I know, see, again, what I'm talking about is like, ideally, what you're. Oh, that's right. I forgot what I was trying to do. I forgot what I was trying to do with this thing, and now I remembered. Should I show you the really cool? Okay, wait. I'm going to take you on a bigger journey than this. This is turning into a kind of a build show, all right? I don't want to do this with this plane, but Javelin looks pretty strong. It's got a. You guys can see that, right? It's pretty straight. It's pretty. It looks symmetrical. There's a little bit of a dip in the wings, but there usually is. And I could crease that out. It's because it's so poofy. Like Javelins are always, they're really poofy up here, and then right here, there's a little divot. That doesn't matter to them too much, but it can be taken out simply by like sending something back in here. Like the scissors are now all the way up here, so I can take the crease out. Now it's less poofy. It's just simply inserting before I do the taping. Um, just a cheater way of doing it. There's better ways to do it than that, but that's one of the ways. So now it's actually, see, you can't really tell, but now it's actually poofy. Yeah, see, all the way out, because right here it would have been creased. Not perfectly symmetrical. Either that or I can't hold it straight for dick, but whatever. So I gotta this way. Okay. So anyway, got that right. All right. So I'm gonna take you on the journey that I was actually gonna take with this other one. I didn't really want to do this, but this is an idea that I've had with Javelin that I haven't used yet. Um, but I'm going there. I'm going there. So, okay, that's my old fin. This is the old fin. I don't like the old fin. So we're gonna use the new fin here. It's gonna have to be deeper than this. Jesus, it doesn't leave much room for error. It does go all the way back. So, okay, so
damn, it would have to be the part that's fucking full.
but I do like the length. Length is
Not right.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a little bit of that length off.
Match this up.
I'm sorry if you can't see this. I'm trying to make it so that you can see this. Okay, so the length of the old one, now it matches. So we got that. So now I don't remember how much is sticking out the back.
Anyway, I'm being quiet because I'm building. I'm hopefully you guys are building too. But like,
Where I'm going with this is this is like
okay, the Javelin's turning into a hybrid. And again,
I haven't ruled out anything like tapering, of course, because the Javelin can handle it. But I'm trying to see if how much it can handle, if you know what I mean. I'm really going to put more stuff on this thing because I need it to recover its stability. Because a lot of your interceptors, like obviously you want them to fly straight, and like in mine's case, I'm trying not to say its name so much. In mine's case, it's it doesn't matter that it spirals, but it does hurt. Like I got really good range with it. even when it does corkscrew slash spiral. But I'm checking, if it wastes its kinetic energy on barrel rolling all the way to its target, it also edge drag doesn't. It takes longer. So the straighter you get it to fly, the much better it is. Again, I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know, but I'm putting it out there for rookies. So, okay, got length. Got length, so it goes there. So, see the cut is like here. Okay, this would be kind of hot. I mean, if it works, you're going to see something cool. If it doesn't work, I'm putting it out to pasture. Well, that's where the thing is. So what I want to do is, I need this. Needs this to the body. So here's what you got, right? Okay. Bear with me on this one. Sorry I'm quiet, but this is a build show. Trying to show you where I'm going with this. Like you said, where we're going. This is where place I'm going with the planes, and I'm trying to figure out new and miraculous ways to give them this new tech of fins. And Javelin is a perfect example of add-on fins that are thick because it can handle all the weight. That's kind of a recap, but again, I'm doing it on purpose. So now, like, here's what we got. See what I'm driving at here in a second. Damn, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. There we go. So now,
Yep. See, now there's an underfin on it. That's what that carry through was. So instead of having the fin that sits in the side and do that, now I've got fins down below. So now I'm going to trim it. The top looks like this one. I've debated on how big these fins that I'm supposedly creating are supposed to be. Not exactly happy with where they go, but we must remain symmetrical.
I don't really know if it matters, but, for real. But I'm going to try to do it. Jesus.
What, I can't cut in a straight line?
Shh. Don't answer that. You'd think I'd cut in a straight line, but apparently I failed straight line cuts 103. You know how when you fold a sheet of paper or whatever and the cuts, like the bottom piece of the sheet, like likes to fall away from you? That's what it did.
I can't cut a straight line for nothing. I don't care.
Anywho, so now what we're doing is, like I said, I'm not really sure if symmetricality is key. We're going to try to make it so. That. Just past half. That looks like straight. Looks like straight. Okay, so now what the angle is I've got to make it to this. Here. Jesus criminy. It's all about measuring, people. All about measuring, people. You can't see the edge of my screen. It's okay. Bear with me. There's a bear with me. Alright. So, now the two little marks I made. Go from there. Down to there. Hopefully I don't screw that up. I screwed it up. Oh yes, very good screw up.
Ah. Alright.
So now you see.
Got me a fin here.
Probably threw that pin out there, I don't know. Now I got the fin. Alright. I'm gonna block it in here. Dude, for real? And again with Javelin, like with a plane such as your Interceptor,
Oh, I see what I did.
That's stupid. The plane like your interceptor, you can go ahead, of course, and yep, you can like make these as thick as you want, so you have a template and everything. But now it filters through. Now I've got a fin up on top and below, and all it would take would be whatever I choose to put in there to make it hold on. Now, the thing you haven't seen about these is like the later versions, the newer versions of these. Actually, what I've done with them is I've given them wing extensions, but I've always planned on giving it like some version of downward fin. It's going to be a little awkward.
I don't care.
Uh, just to see how it goes. Now the question is, of course, like how much weight are we talking, and what do I want this fin to do? Like I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like it could go one of two ways with this. I could staple it in, and the thing about it is I just took that fold. See, it's actually folded. If I staple it, that fold goes away. There's no reason for the fold because
I've taken it out. If I staple it.
Whereas if I do some form of taping it, or I double staple it so that one side of each of the folds here is on one side of the plane, and the plane holds it, we've got a different parameter. Hey, Robert, how you doing? This fine evening. Good to see you out here, man. You blended in. When did you blend in? Wow. I actually started at a reasonable time and you showed up late. Are you at work? You heading to work? I actually tried to show up a little bit early to see if I can get you before you went, but hey, it's okay. At least you're here. How's it going, man? Yeah. Okay, so I know it's semi goofy looking. I don't care. Well, oh, so you've been lurking. Oh, hi, OAE.
Thanks.
At least you've been lurking.
That's what I thought.
Heading to work. Anyway. Hey, speaking of OAE, what happened to where's your boy at? I would love to say who. Well, you do work that shift. The I work every day, all day, every day shift. So where's that friend of yours that occasionally popped in? Remember you had like that one show long ago. You and him were bantering back and forth on it. I was just wondering like, what's he up to? What's he doing? What's going on? But see, now here's the problem with this. See how the plane, like, the fuselage, like to you, it doesn't look okay. It's a little bit off. It's not as off as it could be, right? But see how the like it kind of bends with the. I'm not trying to be like that. I don't want it to do that. There's also it's funny how the camera. You know how they say the camera never lies, but the camera adds weight. The camera does a whole bunch of amazing things to it because again, with the human on eye, I look at it and I don't see like you guys look at it and it's like lo and behold, it does look like this wing over here is a little bit more up than the other one. But I swear to God, when I look at it with my eye, I don't see that. Damn sure is. I think it's probably a little bit higher. Really? It's just us? That's almost disappointing. I swear to God, I tell you for real, if you did your own show, it would be a hit. It'd be very popular. I know you probably don't want to go that route, but and I'm sorry, I don't make it sound like I'm pressuring you or anything like that. It's just you're pretty cool, and your design is really cool, and I really don't think you should waste all of your talent on indestructibles. But that's just me.
Anyway,
Yeah, am I gonna keep hounding you about like make your own videos? No. All I did again, watch a couple of years from 12 years ago. So anyway, so okay, that's where I'm at with that. And again, Javelin, I don't know if that's too small. I'm also thinking actually that it would be really cool to
like,
reverse that
and have it something like
a full on.
again. I've had Javelin crosses in the past.
See, like what I did there is I simply put that little piece of triangle So the triangle's in there, and I just shoved it up behind there. So it's increasing the area by giving it slightly more tip, but it's also a lot more slant.
And I don't like that actually. I like
To have it like this, even though that's probably stupid. Because also the bonus of this is if I don't like it or it doesn't fly right with this, I can fold these up and create like a bi-wing sort of aspect box in the back. What to do? What to do? Do I keep it shut? I don't like the idea of keeping it shut. I really, really don't. Anyway, this is an idea for you guys. It's not a new idea. It's just an idea. I never claim it to be a new idea. I could be catching up to somebody who's like 10 years old. I don't know. But I just realized that like I don't want any of my planes to not have fins anymore. So I'm gonna try to find a way, regardless of how hard it is on me, to give my planes fins. And this is a good way to get Javelin some added stability in the meantime. Now I'm not willing to pull that. I'm trying to think about pulling that trigger of do I staple it? Do I staple it twice? Do I staple it and ruin this? Or alternatively, do I staple it? Feels that way, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't life suck like that? I mean, that's why I say, why couldn't we retire as kids and then the older you get, the more you do that? You know, like for real. I, I don't understand the way. I do physically, but like it's still just it blows my mind that we ruin our lives by doing this shit because most of us can't have Kardashian money because sheeple just throw money at them for no fucking reason, none whatsoever. Anyway, that's another rant for the other show, but like yeah, that's why I do this. It's not because it's a labor of love. I enjoy it. I like getting out of my head and getting into this, but it's also a matter of I really hate the fact that like everything stops us. You know, like every time I go out after work, and seriously, it is. I mean, it is so pissing me off because it happens every day now. Because I've renewed my effort to try and fly, and every single day at work it's been windy, like to such a degree it's like I'm not going to find anything out. Why should I fly? That's it. It's so fucking frustrating. Like it's like someone hears me. I shit you not. It's like someone hears me and says like, "I'm not gonna let him fly. Screw that. Have some wind." And I hate to say it, I almost wish I was back in South Carolina where there was no wind. And one of the reasons why I flew after school every day was because there was no wind. Let's take a vote. What do you think? Should I staple it in there? Or should I figure out a way to. Oh, man. See, it's so tricky when you deal with these because if you deal with it like this, you can fold a W in here, right? And then you get your folded stability, your folded structure, and give it like a V wing. But if I cut that fold that I put up here and then just have the single cards going V's, I would almost need to put a cross in there to keep them folded out and to keep them stable. Because again, singular, even the stronger piece, doesn't really work. And no offense to Y13 or POW or anybody that does it, OAE to you too is to some extent. I do not like flying wings. Because basically, and the reason why is basically because every paper airplane that you build, whether you cut them out the way you do and round them up, or these, this is still a flying wing. I know it's got a fuselage, but because it doesn't have its own thrust, sustainable thrust, the wing is the only thing that's flying. The only way it's going to keep going and provide lift is the wing. Therefore, the design is essentially a flying wing, regardless of whether I put a place to launch it or not. And I don't like them because I like having the fingers, the place to hold. Because I hate grubbing the wings. This right here, oh my god, dude! You don't like it's not like as bad as it used to be, but I cringe a little inside every time I do this. Like I can feel myself go, don't do that. Right now, I'm barely holding it. I'm not pinching it. I'm just like holding it. Like I can pinch this. I'm gripping this. Like it's not gonna fall. I can't bring myself to do that with the wing. Like it's like, see what I mean? that's as strong as I'll hold it. Because I can't do that with the wing. Because the wing is crucial to how the plane flies. Even though I will tweak the shit out of it like this, but whatever. Um. So yeah, now I'm stuck. I'm well and truly stuck. The other thing I was thinking of is like what I could do is diamond shape this. Um, put a little crease fold in it somewhere, like maybe a couple millimeters off the wing line here, so that I'm thinking like right off the wing line, so that it poofs out on purpose. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Follow me along, people. Do is this here. Jesus, expect that to happen, but whatever. So it's about right. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I've always been pretty good at eyeballing it, thanks to my drawing background, um, my artiste background. Every time there was an art class available in school, I took it. I like to draw. Okay, so the diamond fold. So now it actually poofs out a little bit. So now, even if I were to staple it, there would always be out there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go one step further with that and make that official by giving it no 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 no. Okay, so I'm gonna full time this crease. This could be bad, but I'm gonna full time this crease. Oh shit! It's tricky because this is basically cardstock. I don't know again if you heard it, and now I'm like playing with it. This is like almost purely cardstock. It's not that thick, but okay. So I'll fold it back. All right, so now I got that. I got the crease in place, so now I can control every time I want to put that diamond fold into it. So now if I staple it, I feel like I won't be. See, because I could just simply push on this to increase its poofivity. Now, if I really want to do it, I could put a little small crease. Damn it. Talking myself into it right now as I speak. I'll put a small crease along the wing line here. Assuming the fucking pen writes. Ever have a pen that doesn't want to write? Alright, so now at the wing line, what I'm going to do is put a reverse fold in there slightly so that when it does get stapled in place, I can poof that at any time and increase, decrease it, and play with it. Yes, this is what we mean. This is what we talk about when we get into like seriously playing around with the designs. And this is what we talk about sometimes when we mention like in IVPAC in combat, as we like to claim ourselves ready to be. Um, how far do you want to go? How deep do you want to go before you actually like build a plane and say like, man, if I lose that thing in combat, I'm going to be pissed. This would be one of those times. All right, so now see, now I've got a full-on diamond, which looks pretty cool from the side, semi-dopey from the top, but I can play with how poofy I want it to be. Because I really don't want it to be altogether too poofy. I want to be able to actually have an option to keep it folded like this. Even though I don't see that becoming, it's Javelin. So, all right. Now comes the moment of truth. And I'm thinking along with something like this that the best option is a center of gravity staple. It's not exactly the moment of truth because, of course, with everything with a staple, it's not a permanent thing, which is one of the reasons why I like the staples, because they're not permanent. If you decide you don't like it, it's easy to go back and, what the hell? Okay, people, I just did something weird because by stapling it, I just poofed out the wings enormously, and I don't understand why. yeah, I mean,
I just like NASA's. He can love his B-2 stealth bomber and like the YB-40. I acknowledge,
like, but it's like something like inherently unstable. And I mean, like, it is like watching the very few Y-13 flights, and you haven't done many flight videos, if any at all, and but any others out there, the Omni Wing and stuff like that, and anybody that puts it out there, and it's like, again, I totally dislike grabbing it by the wings to throwing it, even though I know that's perfectly acceptable. I just don't do it in my mind, and they're just not. I don't like the look of them. A pure flying wing without any vertical surfaces. I just don't like. I mean, it's like the B2. Okay, and maybe it is part of me being like, okay, I started IVPAC to have fun with it, to have fun with like a military thing, to have squadrons and wings and stuff and fin codes. And like on the B2, B2's got fin codes because it's based. Well, it's Global Strike Command now, but it was Air Combat Command, and like they have fin codes. They have WM because they're based in Whiteman, and yet you never see them because there's no vertical surface, except when they land. They're on the gear door. What? No, no. Even on the UCAV, the X-47 that landed on like the Carl Vinson, when we were testing it out, it had them near the wingtips, and that was kind of cool. But no, no, I just don't like it. So anyway, yeah. So I like having it. So yeah, I just oof the ever beloved shit out of this. Man, how did one staple? How did one staple there cause that much problem?
uh-huh.
Hey, what up? You guys, you should staple in the proper place. Anyway, yeah, sorry. That was totally stupid. Uh, okay, totally stupid is where I'm at right now. Yeah, I have no idea why stapling that did that. And I see one drawback to this already. Well, I know. And, I mean, Omniwing does to a degree, but I think it's all kind of dependent on exactly like you probably have to test fly it first, right? You can't just willy nilly go out there and say like, this is a flying wing, here it goes, we're gonna do this with it, and then like you decide like, no, not gonna have that, and you take that off, and before you give it like vertical straight, I mean like any plane is like that. But what I'm basically getting at is you just don't you test fly and you find out that some things like some things better, and I'm willing to bet you that I lost that staple. I'm willing to bet you that you end up with the planes going like, you know what, this plane this thing needs vertical stabs somewhere somehow. So damn it, I'm only kind of nitpicking this because last time I dropped a staple, there it is. Thank God. The last time I dropped a staple, I found it in my croc. I hate sandals. I hate flip flops. Crocs are okay. There's a spider living right here on my shit. One drawback to being in Wisconsin and doing shows in the basement or having an office in the basement, you live with spiders everywhere. Dust spiders are so prevalent. And I'm not scared of them, but boy, they're creepy. Anywho, so one drawback to having a fin this big is, of course, you can't play with any kind of fold here. Okay, so you got to watch it and do it this way from now on. Okay, so there's that. I have no idea. So apparently, staples are not the way to go. I stapled it and it just poofed on me. I can't explain why it did that. And now I'm scared that I don't think I can control it if I put another staple in. I'm also thinking that I'm not liking the poof as much as I thought I would. But then again, I'll take that back out because I can take that out simply by decreasing it. You think decrease and decrease is the same thing? Sorry, that was just dumb. This also, noticing how it's working, by the way, this also is a very primitive and limited form of an engine. Pisces kind of work on this method, and this is also the same way, and especially with a harder throw, faster aircraft like mine. Remember I said I'm not trying to say the J word? There's a bigger intake, air goes in, is pushed out a smaller outtake. It's basically a motor. But of course, you have to like really delve into the fluid dynamics of how much air it's intaking, how much it's catching and not utilizing, and probably at thrust, at full thrust, like after releasing off the arm, it's probably a small engine. But as soon as it starts to glide, it's probably just a bunch of drag. So uh, it might have been better for me to not leave it there at all. But then again, it's also the J word, so I could probably tape this shut and be okay. But I'd be remiss if I didn't at least try it like this, because taping it and closing it will be easy, and of course cutting the tape off will be just as easy too. So there's that. Anyway, uh, so again, now I'm stuck at, man, if I staple it again, is it going to have the same problem I just had? Is it going to poof? What caused it to poof? Because now that I took the staple out, it's not poofing at all. The wings went poof, and the trailing edge right here went poof. I mean, literally, just that noise. Poof. So I don't know. Well, they're complicated, but again, it's like I was saying, they're fingerprint aircraft because you can't really judge that. Like everyone is unique, but everyone is unique unless you have a template to follow. It's pretty easy to like literally build one in a factory because like you have a template, you cut out, you rivet something together, you're going to make it the same way each time. Us as folders, we can't really do that. And unless you got a cardboard cutout of the plane that you're going to make, like if you're going to make a Raven, a Swallow, whatever it is you choose to make, an RR8, you have to make that cutout template, and it's got to be each time because maybe you don't have like where your fins are. You've got a little boom that extends out the back. How far back do we got to go before that boom isn't where your fins are the root of the fins? You know what I mean? R5, 4, 3. But anyway, each time you got to have a template. And like, you might not be as OCD as me, but I'll tell you what, if I was off by like a millimeter, a quarter of an inch, I would be like, that's different. And something different would probably happen. Although your planes, you throw it by the wing and you just fling them out there, and the way they fly, they don't seem to notice that very much. So it's almost like it doesn't matter. Whether that's true or not, you'd have to literally take that to a wind tunnel to be able to test. Like how much a millimeter off in the back end of those booms really makes a difference. Like if you were to platypus it, if you were to like make it straight, a straight one, like your booms, if they were like this, or if you actually made them broader or narrower, like, does that make a difference? You would almost need to take that to a wind tunnel, because I don't think simply throwing them each flight by flight will be able to tell the difference. And then you'll be affecting it by making another one the exact same way, unless you can figure out a way. Oh my God, we're really getting into it. Unless you can figure out a way to, with those fins, make the fins slide back and forth, and thereby increasing the size of the boom that you have out the trailing edge. Where like if it's you lock them into place up front, there's limited amount of boom, but you slide them all the way back, there's more boom back there. Like you could be that certain. I can't be that certain. Matter of fact, flying my 600 phases is proof of the fact that I'm not that certain. Because even without tech, I mean, yes, I throw a lot of tech on a lot of different planes. OAE, you can relate. I know you can't. I've seen your planes. But I mean, you throw a lot of tech on planes, and yeah, they're going to be different. But I mean, like, of the 700 I've built, okay, there's been quite a substantial amount that have got some version of technology on them. Would I say half? Yeah, actually, I would. I would say about half. But the thing is, the other 300 have not flown the same, or else I would have phases winning my award for best flight of the biannual best flight award every single freaking time, and it would be a contest between the same planes. But they're not like that because they're all fingerprints. Because I mean, I'm not a machine. I'm not going to be able to fold every single plane every single time the exact same way. Some little nuance is going to be different. And maybe you can do that. To a degree, you're doing that because, again, if you got the template, mind you, again, what I'm talking about is the template. If you got the template, you're following it semi-close, and all you're doing is taping it together, yeah, I can see it. You've basically got a factory line. But, like I said, how do you know that, like again, if your tail boom, if you got one tail boom on one plane that is like perfectly straight, but if you got the other one that actually has a little bit of an angle on it like that, how do you know that versus that is not making a difference? And how do you know that each time you didn't have that tail boom on a plane, whereas this one is? You know what I mean? So again, my OCD wouldn't allow that to happen. It would be like, nope, gotta have a cardboard template, gotta cut it out each time this way. Oh shit, that one's a little bit wider. That one's not gonna work. But I kind of dig that idea I just had about the moving tail boom, and that's pretty cool. Cobra new? Cobra's newer, right? Right. And here I am sitting with this again, and I'm like, dude, for real, what? You notice again, people, I'm going to borrow something from the previous shows, but you're looking top down because I was building, and again, I totally intended to build this for you. I'm using it's cheating because I'm kind of using this as an escape route, so like we don't have to go to the straight on view that we were talking about. But I'm also like really into these buildings, so
Why? Doesn't like some of yours like
dude, wait a minute now. It can't all be bad. They can't all be bad. Like, hold on, people. We're gonna venture on. We're gonna venture on through here. Yeah, I'm not enjoying the triangle up here as much as I thought, but I'm gonna give it a shot because of the way it is. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. They do have to be properly aligned, and that's why it's so damn tricky. And that's why it is like. There was a time period back in '91 where I was really into putting MiG 29 style vertical fins
as add-ons on the Phase 3?
and I mean, 91. I don't even believe I was calling it the Phase 3 yet. I'm pretty sure it was the Phase 2 block. Phase, the Phase, actually, it was a Phase 1M block 2. So, I didn't even call it that. Because, like, for the longest time, the Phase 2 was the Phase 1M. And then when I cut the trailing edge, it was the Phase 1M block 2. And I really enjoyed that. But I got smarter, even though I really enjoyed that. So, but like I was looking at this, it's like you don't have vertical surfaces. What the hell, dude? Now wait just a doggone minute. I got Hunter Killer in front of me here. I got Aurora in front of me here. I got the one in the water. Those all have vertical surfaces here. I got a couple of unnamed bastards right here, which I think that's RR7. That's got vertical surfaces. The Manta Zeus, those are like F-18 style vertical surfaces. The R8 Proto has vertical surfaces, and I see your tail booms there. Okay, so yeah. Different than with the tail booms that I'm considering here. The Valkyrie's got three. You know what I say, yeah? Oh, and Zemus also. Like, dude, whether they're dorsal or ventral, and of course I'm considering dorsal. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hold on, you know what I'm saying. What I'm referring to. Hold the hell on. What I'm referring to. Bear, I'm having fun with this one. But I mean, like, dude, oh, that just sucks up the butt. See that right there? See that right there? Those are vertical surfaces. That plane's got vertical surfaces. So that counts. There's tails. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, no, I get it. I get it. They're not. They're not. However,
I like to like differentiate between the flying wings in basically the only way. Okay, because okay, obviously a flying wing is a flying wing, true to point, right? Okay, um, but in our world, I think that again, I don't know OAE if you believe this, POW, I don't know if you believe this, but I think these are flying wings because again, of my description, it's like yes, this is a place, but this serves almost no purpose to the aircraft. I mean, granted, the no rear fuselage and the North aircraft that I build has proven they do make a difference. You need something more than just to grab a hold of. But again, once it enters the glide stage, this is moot. It depends on this and the winglets. So like there's that. But if I were to fold these out and make them like 45, 35, 15-degree angles to the level plane, it might get better, it might get worse, but it really, it's not dependent on the fuselage. There's no pilot, there's no plane, there's no passengers, there's no cargo, there's no fuel. It doesn't matter. So whether you make a pure flying wing, now like this one in the shot here that you're holding, yeah, it's got vertical surfaces, it's got wings, it's got a planform, not purely a flying wing. You've got a fuselage, you've got fins, but you don't really have the fuselage like in the way of this, where you have it to grasp a hold. You're grabbing a hold of the wings. Yeah, blended body, perfect example. You can nitpick that all day, I think. And again, blended body is a better example, a better description of what it is. However, I think all that we build mostly is a flying wing. Now, again, what I'm referring to, what I'm trying to do is build a fin on the basic plane, so I'm trying not to make them look as stupid. So anyway, there's that. And now I'm, like I said, I'm stuck at a point where I'm shy to staple because I'm scared I'm gonna poof it. Why did it freaking poof? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pinch the wings and pinch the fuselage. I'll pinch the wing down here. Hold this and try to staple it one more time. You can't see it because I gotta hold it on the edge because it's got a fin now, so I gotta hold it.
Damn it.
I gotta hold it just so.
Hey, it worked! Alright. It barely has got it, but it's got it, and that's all that matters. Alright.
So. Well, I wasn't going to show an accurate or an active aircraft. I could have showed any aircraft, but like,
I just wanted to show the point given that, like, how you had it. And I wasn't arguing with you, of course. I mean, you're right. I mean, that's what it is.
but that's the Zeus Manta.
I thank you for that.
Because I needed to know, because I didn't have a description of that aircraft. All I've got, like these pictures. Remember the pictures you gave me through Messenger? That's what I was using, and a lot of them didn't have descriptions. But I think we talked about this a while back, and I've simply forgotten. I needed you to tell me which aircraft each one was, so I knew what the hell I was dealing with. And now it's gone. So what the hell? What? Bear with me, people. I'm doing something in the background. You can see more of POW's planes here. OAE and flashers up here too in a minute. What's that? I mean, it looks actually fairly similar, other than the fact that your trailing edge behind the booms is triangular. So, I said I got a bunch. That's the R8 proto, isn't it? Never mind. It's the R8 proto. Yeah, I just saw that. Stupid. Ah! I knew that and did that, and it did it anyway. So, what the flying hell? What are you doing? No! Yeah, duh. I also can't spell proto. I just spell proro. Proro. Okay, how about this? Hold on. How about you? You guys are gonna get to see some POW planes while I try to figure out what the hell these are. Oh, this one is gonna be tricky to show. Damn. Hold on. Okay, apologies for how this one's gonna come out looking, because you're gonna see some black bars on this, which I don't like to do, but I didn't take the time to flip it. What's that? When you said, oh wait, when you said a more swept Zeta, like how much more swept?
Like that?
Like, are you looking at more of a wing ratio going way back, or
Because like it's pretty like narrow chord now, right? It's not. I mean, we're not talking A10 chord, but we're talking like it's not as swept as that.
that's a Raven? Okay. See, we're getting somewhere because now I know what the hell these are. Oh, Jesus. Why you want to be like that? Stop it. Ever since I got Windows 11, I had to do that stupid thing where, like, I had to write the code, change the code, so I can have my. I don't know if you guys do this, but like in all my Windows, my Microsoft Windows, I put my toolbar at the top because I hate having it at the bottom. I'm just so bored with it being at the bottom. It's always at the top. And of course, Windows 11 did away with being able to move the toolbar around. So I'm awaiting them for the write that back in so I can have that. But right now, I had to change the code. So now it does crazy, stupid shit because it doesn't fix everything. So, like, for example, if I have two windows open, I have to use Alt Tab to switch between them because I can't simply take my mouse and go to the top and click on the other window. It sucks. I'm not exactly sure I'm fond of Windows 11 yet. Especially, UDM is Ultra Delta Mega, right? I'm looking. Stop! Cooperate. Yeah, okay, that's a different aircraft. So I'm gonna throw another one up here for you. I'm gonna throw another one up here for you. The hell is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. This okay. This is horrible. This picture must be about the size of my Raquel Welch poster. Is it even getting any smaller? Oh my god, I should crop this piece of Jesus. Hey, it's getting smaller finally. Really should just run you down through Messenger this way. There's a piece of chrome tape. Oh, I finally got it down to a manageable size. Not the greatest in the world, but there's gonna be black bars again. Damn it. Oh yeah, I could be showing yours off like this too. What the hell's this? Right, I'm running you through and showing you some planes, people.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, 26 degree. Right, got you.
Experimental Raven, got you. Okay, sorry, I was catching up because I was trying to do that. Yeah. That's a different design then, right? OAE? Like if you do a 26, you go to 4560, you're going to consider that a different design? Or is that a simple tech based on the, off the basis of the Zeta? Because I'm thinking you're going to have a different plane right there. I mean, your sweep being that far, like if I did something like that, I would definitely consider a different plane. I mean, obviously, we could talk every single night about the merits of exactly what you're doing when you talk about how different an aircraft is. Why is there a giant spider up there in that corner? Damn it. Anyway, so yeah. I would also itinerate that you've heard me and NASA's talking about different aircraft. I want to go a step further in saying like how it flies is also crucial. If you're dealing with an aircraft that like you build the same way but with a different sweep and it looks the same way but it turns out differently, um, the one step further I go with is does it fly differently? So that's how. Holy crap! Avian bird type with canards. Okay. I don't want to like. Don't get me wrong. That's kind of fun, but I don't want to get into all this crap on the show because I was going to experiment with something, but damn, we've gotten into it now, and I'm not going to do everything in there because Damn, dude. It's like, all right, wait. No, I'm gonna do another one. What? What the hell? Where's this picture? The, the what? The where? The where? What the? What's going on? Okay, well, I might have just taken it out of my own sim because now I can't seem to figure out where the damn pictures are. Yeah, I don't know. Whoops. Hold on. Go back in there. I was gonna throw another one up, but like now I'm having a problems with the. Why in the fudge? Hold on. Maybe it's just this. That's not that plane. It's this plane. Where did the picture go? What? Okay, I did something stupid, so I'm gonna have to stop doing that. Sorry. All right, we're good. we're gonna have to stop that because I think what happened was is I made that picture, that one that you just showed me. I got that one down, and then mm, I don't know how I did that, but like I made the picture so small, and I've taken it out of the thing, so now the clip is gone. So I don't know what the fuck. I'm gonna have to. I'll fix that after I get off the show. So I guess we're done identifying aircraft. Maybe I could get it to do this. Hold on. Maybe I could get it to do this. Bear with me. Uh. Oh yeah, I can get it to do this. This people, I would be remiss if I didn't do this because thank you OAE for showing up again. Do you recognize that one? That would be a Strato Cobra, smooth looking aircraft. And is this the Cobra you were talking about originally when you were saying like Cobras are? Is that like the competitor there? I mean, hey, you know what? If you build your force, all of your aircraft fulfilled it out of like say the Titan, the Cobra, and the Vulcan. I mean, dude, obviously no problem with that. That's actually rather cool. I almost wish I had a plan somewhat similar to that if I did it. Um. Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to do it. I really am trying to do it. Actually. Hold on. The Ultra Delta Mega. Oh, I do have it, and it is popping up. Robert, I got him. This is an Ultra Delta Mega. I got two shots of that. I could do this sort of thing. Okay, wholly unrelated Cobra. Okay, so not that one. Okay, gotcha. You're about to head into hell. Do I have pictures? Do we have pictures of those? Oh wait, yeah we do. I didn't download. I didn't like get all of them because uh I mean like dude, you got a lot. I mean I want to get some more of them. Don't get me wrong, but it's gonna take me some time. That's all I'm saying. So, but that's an Ultra Delta Mega. I got another view of it I could show them. That picture's actually really small. I had to jack that thing up to get it in there. Uh, I'll show them the other one. This is a different angle of the same aircraft. Although I swear to God, I think you just flipped the camera. Which, by camera, I mean phone in this case. And it looks kind of odd because you don't usually take this angle. But yeah, that's his UDM. Okay, so again, I'm also saying like we talk about Stratos. I'm talking about when we mentioned what the hell? We talk about exports. Hair splitter? I don't need that, bro. We talk about exports. That's not your plane. You built that strictly for exporting to give to others. And I know we've mentioned this before, but I just want to say again, what you guys, if you put it out there on, maybe I should phrase this a little bit differently. If you don't have a plane on instructables, like there are some planes that you must not have, or do you put all of them out there? And if that's the case, do you consider them exported because they're on instructables, or are they not? And what would be like, because again, all of us can build them, but if you're also saying,
I want to caveat that with
if you're talking to me about the fact that you haven't mentioned, if you haven't talked planes with anybody in a while, who are you exporting these to?
I just like I said, I just don't.
I've never been part of the export game. If people like the planes, I'll show you how to build them. I mean, again, I've done true exports where I've built the plane and then given it to somebody and then built them bodies. And if you place an order, I'll get you some aircraft. But, you know, this is really bugging the piss out of me. I feel like I have a hair splinter, but I can't find it. And it only seems to be when I set my foot in the goddamn crock. In that spot. Weird. Anyway, sorry, left that up there a little too long. Anyway, that was the Ultra Delta Mega from POW people. Um, go get yours. anyway. All right, cool. So yeah, I threw that javelin. It's quite nice. It it's nice, but it also curves, and we can't be having that. The whole point to having a javelin is to have it straight. And of course, I'm pretty sure it's curving because of that attachment onto its nose. But it was straight, so I got what I'm after from it. Yeah, yeah. So there's that, and I'm rather enjoying the look of it. I'm rather enjoying how it's going to work. Uh, Sweet baby Jesus doesn't have anything on there. Sweet baby Jesus.
How the hell's that already happened? Gee, why? Why does it matter?
We're gonna run a little test. We're gonna run a little recording. See what happens here.
In the meantime,
Hey guys, thanks for coming out. OAE, I appreciate you coming out. It's always a pleasure to see you here. Seriously, I cannot stress that enough. Um, Robert, thanks for coming in on your way to hell. Um, don't work too hard in the salt mines. Don't let the man beat you down, or the woman for that matter. You know what I'm talking about, brother. Um, yes, great show. OAE, if I can, strictly made for export. Now, really? Okay, so right, all right.
but again, like, does that mean you fold it out there for people? You hand it on over? You know,
It's. I think something like that is a pure technicality. I think something like that. Like I don't know how I'd go about doing it, but I'll do it. So, um, I got to try to talk NASA's into luring him back out here to the show. Uh, got to see if we can get Robert to stop working so he could join up at the show. I think I might have asked you this before, but I'm gonna try this one more time again. Like, I don't suppose you got the capacity or would be willing to like pop in on the show more than just chatting, would you, OAE? Could we get you, or is it like a little too much to ask? I mean, you're a member of our beloved IVPAC, bro. I mean, it'd be nice if people like had a, I don't know. You could use the same face if you want, but like, of Peter Graves. I just mean like you don't have to. I really got to ask you actually, why did you use Peter Graves? You got a thing for Mission Impossible, or like, is he just like the randomest man you could picture? Or I enjoy it. I mean, you thanks to that, you are that guy. But I hear that. I've had planes like that too. I mean, yeah, everybody's had their moment in the sun. Although seriously, I'd like to think that again, in our line of hobby, of our line of work, whatever you want to call this, I'd like to think that there's no reason, and we talked about this prior shows before, but I'd like to think that there's no real reason why you can't bring oldness back if you find some new tech that could make it better. And I don't understand in some cases why you couldn't do that even nowadays in real life. I don't know why you couldn't throw. Well, I mean, if there's ever a chance, like I said, if there's ever a chance, we could work around the schedule. I mean, I'm trying to make it so that, like, it doesn't even have to be live. Like, we could talk back and forth in a place where it's recorded, and then we'll put it up later. I mean, again, I don't want to limit it. So, this is just the Wednesday live show. I mean, like, and again, trying to make it with the lack of NASA's is a little bit harder. I'm still trying to do it, but it's supposed to be a Thursday live show, and this is supposed to be recorded yesterday, and it's supposed to come on and drop at noon, and so on and so forth. And we're supposed to have a schedule, and kind of blowing our schedule out the water, but it's getting there. But anyway, like I said, like I always said, and I said, like, if you want to pop in, like, for any reason, a tech talk, an inside IVPAC thing, um, and if you want to do one, by the way, if there's ever a chance that you think you'll do one, and I told this to Robert too, like, I have the templates ready. I can send them your way, and it's like if you want to launch it, I would appreciate being able to use, like, I've shared it with KIA, Missile, and NASA's. They all have the templates, like, so you have, like, because if it's on our channel, like Inside IVPAC obviously would be, this would obviously be that way. So, like, that intro that we have every time, the cards that we use, the thumbnails, I've got everyone made up. So, like, if there's ever a chance you want to make your own show, put it on this channel, I'll give you the cards, and we share them so that way you can have it on there. Even if, doesn't matter how you do it, doesn't matter if it's like a live flight show, doesn't matter what it is, just so that it's out there. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, like, don't limit yourself. I don't want you to think it's like, yeah, we do this like this. I mean, we're supposed. It's a channel. What happens on channel? There's multiple shows. So I'd like to, it's got to be more than this, and we're trying to get it to more than this. So I knew you would say that. I knew you were going to say that. But I have to try, man. Come on, I got to try. It would be exciting to sit, like, just because you've built it up for so long, and we've seen so many of your birds, and yet none of us have ever seen you fly them. You, the originator. So I don't know what his problem is now. Now he thinks he's got COVID again, or like something's going on really bad. It's like if it's COVID, it's killing him because like he's had like almost all of the bad stuff without the good stuff. You know what I mean? So he's really being put through it. And again, like if it's COVID, he'd be dead because he's had it for like 3 solid weeks or something like that. So I mean, he's either exaggerating or something's really going on in there. So I'm talking to him on the side, and again, like it's not. I mean, you see, I'm still here. I'm still trying to get a show out. I'm gonna put out a how to build here or a tech talk. So we keep up with it. And like I need to just bite the bullet and do the inside impact. And I keep saying that shit, but I really do, especially now because like actually, I purchased this and it finally came. That was useless, but yeah, there's another new webcam in the house, so I can actually have the full 3 on view if I can get fucking OBS to work with it. Um, but anyway, going back to that though, like yeah, dude, oh, you just like we've never seen the folder fly, so all of us are really excited. I think to like just see like, I mean, any one of us obviously have Instructables in here, and YouTube, whoever's built your planes could obviously show you a video, but it's not you. You know, it's not you. It's not the builder. So like that's our interpretation. That's our arm. And like anybody tell you, and you've heard it from us too, is like, yeah, sure. But obviously the planes that we build cater to us. And I found out like obviously Cirrus flies really good when I throw it. Maybe it won't fly as good when you throw it. But that's always the problem you suffer with. I get it. That's why you want people to build, and I'll throw your planes. But yeah, you remember? Yeah, yeah. Still got it. Have thrown it. Wonderful blur. Dude, is it supposed to do this? Was I supposed to tape this down and miss that part of that freaking Instructable? Because, like, I've been letting it sit here like this. And I feel like It should be like this, but mine's been sitting here like this. And the only reason I've left it alone is because it actually flies pretty good with it just like that. I don't know why. It deploys, so it kind of sucks, but
Hey, dude, I suffer from the same problem. Believe me. I mean, dude, I work like 8 hours. I drive an additional hour and a half.
and I suffer from the windy problem. But I mean, like, I try to get something out there because I really don't feel like. I really don't feel like. I mean, no, I understand. Like I said, I'm not. I'm really not one belittling any kind of situation there, but I hate to like. I just hate to be the one that's just like building all the time and trying to get the show right. That's one of the reasons why I like some of these times I'm talking to you and saying like I'm getting the show done and like I don't get the show done because it's part of it is oh I got this idea and then I build a plane. Then I try to fly the plane. But trying to fly the plane, just the attempts, the feeling of I've got it, oh, I gotta get out there and it's windy or it's raining or something stupid. I'm not scared of the humidity. I'm just scared of the wind. Although again, if I put a how to build up there and you guys build it and then say like, okay, how's this fly? You guys throw it. I realize that's another way, but I'm just like it's what we do, it's what we love. I mean, if you just love the building, it's one thing. But I like the building and I like the flying, and I definitely like the flying better than the building, even though I haven't done much flying. Got to get out there. Don't be scared of humidity. Don't be scared of heat, people.
It should have the bit stuck, and I freaking thought so. Like, like uh, underneath that, you can't really tell. Underneath that, I should never have made this plane black.
But it is. That's what you mean, though. Underneath this, right? So they should be like. So it just be like a triangle. Or wait. Never mind. You know what? I can see it coming. I see the writing on the wall. It's tucked into the triangle that is this. Because why the hell wouldn't you? Anybody that builds this type of plane with this design, like seriously, basically since the dawn of time, since Joe McDonnell built that freaking one back in the day, in '57 or whenever the hell it was. The dude from McDonnell Douglas, his plane was that flying wing kind of bomber that everybody's built since the dawn of time.
And the bottom pocket was this pocket.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
And the reason why it was actually easier to fold that way for me, would you grab it, please? The reason why it was actually easier to, because I'd done that, because I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. I remember reading the instructable saying it's tucked. I just wanted to. It's great getting it from the horse's mouth because I didn't know, what I was doing for tuck. Especially because when you showed like where to hold it, to throw it. My God. Okay, another thing you want to put you down here, people. When you use a piece of paper that's black because of ink, because of a Xerox machine or a copy machine, this is really, really slick. Really slick. So trying to grab a hold of it in general before was hard. Now it's even harder because it just wants to squirt out of your head. But it flies great. You're going to be free. Eventually the slaves will be freed, and none of us. I mean all of us. I don't mean anything. I'm not pointing out anybody. I'm just literally saying we're all slaves. We'll all be free at some point. And I don't mean like going beyond. I just mean in the now. But anyway, I figured it was gonna be tucked like that. Hey man, do it short. 15 seconds. Bring a plane along. You're driving all the time. You don't must not bring planes when you're driving. Do you work as a courier? Are you a truck driver? Oh, the centerfold is. Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's got a crease there. I dihedral it.
That I followed.
I mean, dude, even if you didn't, I'd still try to put it in there because I'd like to have it like a V shape. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost natural. It's almost natural.
And it's hard to tell with this bird because
I've made it on a black sheet. So, yeah, yeah, it's there. See that? Yep, I got it. I tried to get it. I tried to follow it to the letter, and I've also played with it a little bit. I've flown it outside like 3 times.
I'll see if I can pop a video of it of flying outside with you one time. Actually,
I'm sorry I haven't done that, but I'll try to do that.
Yeah.
Nice bird.
It banks like a bitch.
Oh man, tweaking, brothers, tweaking. Anyway, so um, hour and a half. This was a great show, guys. I gotta cut it just because I don't want to get too into it. Even though we've got too into it, this was outstanding. Thanks for coming out. Ellie, I appreciate you coming out. I mean, just like a day off, just try to get something. I mean, I'm sorry. It would just be cool, you know. It would just be cool, but you don't have to. Just keep building them. How about that? Just keep building. I'm gonna do that one of these days. You're gonna come on. You come on. You lurk. I'm gonna change the outro so as to keep them building. Okay, just for you. Just for you. I mean, if you can't fly, build, because at least we're doing something. Or work on the sheets, because it makes me feel like somebody's involved. Robert, I know you're stuck, but like it can't last forever, my friend. It cannot last forever. What the hell did I just click? Yeah, so we built. I got that javelin out. I'm gonna test it out. It also angled in flight. Is that good? That's not what I was trying to do.
I'll take it. That's not what I was trying to do.
Um, got me a new X-Acto knife. Kind of stole it, but it's genuine X-Acto. So I feel good about that.
I didn't intend to steal it.
The cops are gonna get me. Actually, I didn't steal it. I bought it, but sorry.
Anyway,
Oh Jesus. Anyway, guys, I appreciate the show. I thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for being you. Trying to stay busy. Try to get at least a short out there for us. We love to see your planes. I'll try to get something out there. Be ready for the show. Where we're going from here is like only the sky's the limit. Now that I got the extra camera, I can experiment. We're really gonna see if we can get something out there for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out. Better yourselves. Better your designs.